Double delta NQ on the 9. Double delta NQ on the 2.
So according to Fitch Ratings, system balancing and rising network costs will prevent lower household bills in 2026 in the UK, despite the autumn budget 2025 savings.
Fib.NQ on the 4.
Welcome aboard, everyone.
What exactly is Algo, and why do our traders absolutely love it?
Double delta NQ on the 2.
Michael Othrow.
Alrighty then, are you ready indeed? Let's get to it. Let's go eeny, meeny, miny, mo. All right, those of you who are new with us, this is new member training. We're also going to talk about some advanced level topics as well. So we're covering everybody here this afternoon. You're not gonna want to miss that. Now, let me check on that. If you guys can give me a mic check, looks good. I think it's good. Let's talk about new folks. So we had a huge day there this morning. If you missed this morning's live stream, you definitely want to go and check that out. We'll go over a few of those plays here. We had some beautiful ones like this one, Super AO right there. Pretty easy. You got the get ready. We got the AO. Plus, look at that PRZ cross touch. Wow. Wow. Just wow. Beautiful stuff there. Look at this Enigma. 25 to the upside, up to the 6.6. Let me get a measure on that one. Measuring tool all the way to the top. 147 ticks straight from the 25 level Enigma. If you exit on the opposing signal to the cipher, you're still at 86 ticks right there. Great plays like that coming out of Algobox on the regular. We'll talk through that. You'll understand the 5 time frame layout here. If you are new with us, you installed, hopefully you've already installed, this is your 5 chart layout that we're going to be going over most of the time. And if you want a reduced workspace, this is the 3 chart layout that we call the flag. We go over this stuff there in the training. Let me direct you to where you're going to go to get training. If you're new with us, don't forget that Black Friday offer expires here in 9 hours. So if you are on the fence, this would be the time to get it. And remember, we do have a 14-day return policy. So even if you're like, well, I want to do the 2-week free trial first, you might miss out on the Black Friday. Today's Cyber Monday, so this is the last chance to go ahead and get that. If you don't, though, it's okay. You can get it later, but always know that worst case scenario, hey, you'd like a refund, no questions asked, we'll hook you up as long as you do that within your 14 days. So technically, you still have 14 days risk-free if you want to take advantage of that offer. Let's go over here to the training. Bootcamp is where you want to go on our website. To get to there, I'll show you how to get right here. So up at the top, if you are on our main homepage here, you can get the download link here. That does take you to a form. Now, some of you guys actually bought earlier today. I know we've got several people, again, a lot of people coming in here through the during the Black Friday event and Cyber Monday. Sorry, I've been on calls all day here today. Give me a moment to catch my breath. But if you are new and you're like, well, how do I get it? Make sure you check your email. In your email, you should have received an onboarding email, and it has multiple links in it. So it will probably get stuck in your spam folder. So check your spam folder first. And if you still didn't get it, that's okay. Hit us up there in the tech support area. We will fire you off another one if you need some help. Or some people use a different email address, or they wanted to go a different email address than what they purchased with. That's okay too, but it would have gone to the email that you signed up with and purchased with. A lot of people have questions around that. This is a different form. Right here, this is the 2-week free trial form. The mentorship application form, if you did purchase, you will need to fill out that other form. That's what gets all of your access set up. We need to make sure we got your machine ID, things of that sort. And I know if this is a little confusing, that's okay. On the left-hand side of Discord, we've got white glove service. It's no additional cost. Click on the left-hand side of Discord and open up a ticket. I will show you how to do that here. Discord is a primary component of our system, so make sure you guys are in there. Left-hand side, look for the red dots. Here we go. So tech support over here on the left, just click on open a ticket right there, and our guys will send you a link. You can do a quick support link with our guys. They'll get you all set up if you're having any issues. Now, mind you, our installer is one of the simplest in the industry, because we are not just a, hey, file import and make a bunch of changes to your charts. Our system does all of it for you. Next, finish, and we will launch the workspaces for you. The default workspace that we just showed you guys with the 5-chart layout is the default. And I know you might be a little overwhelmed when you're first coming on, but it doesn't take much. All you got to do, come right over here, click on training at the top. Go to the boot camp first. This is going to get you all warmed up. What we did inside the boot camp, there's some details here. This is beginner friendly as well as advanced. Right down here, if you just basically start on day number 1, and these are all currently free out in the public area. Now, if you're wondering, well, what am I paying for? There is a premium members training of 100 videos. There's 100 plus videos in the training series to go super deep dive on this stuff. But what we want to do is make it so that the documentation is not overwhelming. If you go under here, under resources and documentation, I'm going to open this in a new tab here. The documentation has a left-hand panel over here where we cover every topic that you need to know, including the how to install, how to do system setup stuff. You can click on that to get things installed if you're one of those people that likes to do it on your own. Then we'll go straight into fundamentals. What are the fundamentals? Understanding the 120-day program, which is not necessarily 120 days. This is just if you are absolutely brand new, probably take you around 4 months to get the full hang of it, broken into 3 sets of 40. I believe that the number 40 is a really good number for practicing, getting new things learned. We'll actually teach you everything in that 8-day boot camp. Then another 40 days to finish up those 100 videos is kind of our expectation, that you're kind of learning through your first month and a little bit plus. Then after that, the other 2 sets of 40, I believe the best way to become good at this video game is to spend 40 days focused on quantity, where you are just pressing the button nonstop, taking every single play that you see unfiltered. Then in the final 40 days to focus on quality. So the 2 Qs, first quantity, second one quality, on the second set of 40 days. Now, there are people, we've got people who have been trading the markets for a long time. They see Algo Box and they're like, man, I came here for the headshot. I came here for the super AO. I already know how the markets work. I already know how to handle news, all that kind of stuff. You guys, we have people who come in here and during their 2-week free trial make so much money. During their 2-week free trial, they just go ahead and buy it with the system. The system pays for it for them, or they go and pass a trader funding program and get into the PAs right away. I have seen that happen as well, because if you've been around the markets a while and you're just taking what you already know and then applying Algo Box, if you are an advanced level player or been around a while, this becomes intuitive, because we are basically doing a lot of the stuff that you normally do by hand. We're doing it for you, number 1. Number 2, we're also giving you a little bit more precise, I won't say more, a little bit more, a lot more precise entries on your plays. So even if you're a levels player, you might want to wait for some additional confluence, like Like this one right here, that's over here on the right. I mean, who doesn't want to go up here and see a 6.1 Ready DD Super AO at the top on a 9s? Why would you not want to do that? Now, if you don't know what that means yet, you'll find out, right? But if that, you had a layer there and then you also had the algorithmic activity kick in and you're like, sweet, this is telling me I've got the other opportunity. This dropout here may not look like much because you might not be used to our bar sizes, but that right there is 182 ticks. That's massive, right? And that's only in 13 minutes. So that entire play, 13 minutes, 40 seconds from high down to exiting on the green dot. Oops, right there.
Double delta NQ on the 4.
So that is our whole hold to the opposing signal scenario. Now, let's say that you missed the first one. Well, now you have a red dot right inside of that as the direction filter changes on the nerd. You see the red dot. So let's say that you missed that one because it happened too fast. You have a secondary opportunity to add in on a red dot. On the red dot, I put my stop right behind the dot. Little tiny risk, big reward. So let's say that you caught what looks like half of that play to the bottom. Still 102 ticks, because these are the types of plays that you're getting out of Algo Box. Now, if you don't know what those plays are, that's our job to teach you every one of those as you're going through the boot camp, number one, and then getting deep dives. You're like, well, okay, I know I learned about the headshot, but I want to know even more in depth. What's behind that cross? What's behind the Fibella dot? And we do. We go on super detail on that in the big stuff. We also hit on topics like how to practice with more size, how to increase your size, tips and techniques on how to play along with market replay. We do hit those a little bit in the in the reboot area in the boot camp. However, in the deep dives, you're going to get more specific details on scenarios and on different types of days, like the difference between FOMC day or the beginning of the month or middle of the month when you have the 401k money pouring in because people get paid twice a month, at the first of the month and on the 15th. All that kind of stuff, we go deep dive on the 100 video series. But don't be overwhelmed by that. You can probably learn everything you need to know, in my opinion, in just these 8 videos right here in our core bootcamp. The whole design was to cover everything in the documentation. And we literally start at the top. These are laid out to grow as you go down. We will add to, and things will build on each other as you go through the program. There's a section here on position sizing, the position managers. Now, the way that the documentation is laid out, we usually have a graphic kind of giving you examples of the information. We cover text-based stuff, and then at the end, we're going to have a video. Let's scroll down farther. Here we go. So this is pretty much the way that all of our documentation is laid out. So as you're going through the boot camp and you're like, oh, what was that one thing that he talked about? I don't know what video it was in. The good news is right up here, you can literally just type in, go, oh, where was that headshot thing? No problem. Type in headshot.
Lower bands touch NQ on the 36.
Take you straight to the headshot section. You'll see over here on the left, this is under the strategies section. Now, remember I talked right before it, it was in the blue dot section, which is under the fundamentals, which is a lot of fun. Now we get into the real meat here on the strategies in the green dot right here, okay? So fundamentals, then we get into the strategies. This is an actual strategy of putting the system together. Now, same thing at the top, we will give you, I think a picture's worth 1,000 words. You're looking for something that looks like this for a headshot entry. And you go, well, I wanna know some of the details on it. That's what a long looks like. That's what a short looks like. Now let's scroll down to the bottom because, well, here's a power one as well. Like, hey, I heard that thing where he said, well, what about when there is a green cross instead of a white cross? And what about a red cross instead of a white cross? All those details and why they're more powerful and the bigger moves, we'll talk about them in the videos themselves. So scrolling down to the bottom, you'll find with almost for sure in the strategy section. In the fundamentals, there may only be one because fundamentals are pretty basic, but in these strategies, there's almost always 2 videos around these, and that is by design because we want something that's quick and to the point, and then we have one that's a little bit more deep dive. So one of them is short, one of them is long, and I don't mean, you know, short and long like you do in videos, but this one, let's see, does this have a timestamp on it? No, but I think these are range somewhere between 15 to 30 minutes versus this one, like, hey, I just need a quick deep dive on this real fast just to refresh me. play this one. So in fact, let's play this one together. So I'll give you an example. I do want you, if you are brand new with us, to learn the headshot anyways. It's one of the very first trades that I teach our traders because it's so powerful. You can literally just throw this into your arsenal, literally come with us tomorrow and start trading this in sim. I don't recommend you just dive bomb into a live account or something. Make sure that you are practicing things in sim first and then go straight in, learn this one. Let me give an example here on a headshot on what this looks like. Let me zoom out one layer here to this area here. And let's go full screen on the headshot here, and let's play this one here together. It should be, I think this one's about 2 minutes.
For your words.
So let's do this one here. Time to learn the headshot.
Want to spot potential market turning
tour.
points? Let's explore the headshot strategy from AlgoBox. The headshot is a technical setup that combines two AlgoBox elements, Flowmaster Event and FibElidot. Let's break them down. FibElidot. This indicator identifies potential reversal points using Fibonacci levels and Elliott wave patterns. Flowmaster Event. This includes bubbles, alpha, omega crosses, or crosses, analyzing real-time order flow to highlight significant market activity. To be considered as a headshot setup, both the FibElidot and the Flowmaster cross should appear within 10 to 15 algo bars of each other, enhancing the potential signal's reliability. Here's a headshot setup in action. A Flowmaster cross appears on AlgoBox charts, then shows a green FibElidot suggesting a potential long opportunity. Traders may consider aligning with the signal's direction for a potential entry, ideally near the dot. For targets, on AlgoBars 1s to 3s, smaller ATM targets are common. On AlgoBars 5s and range bars, aim for target 1 around 15 ticks, and scale for runners depending on the order of operations and order flow strength. For risk, a stop may be placed behind the FibElidot/cross. If price breaks it, the setup may invalidate. And to master this concept, practice the headshot strategy in NinjaTrader's market replay to gain confidence and refine your approach. Start your 2-week free trial today and enroll in the 8-session boot camp to experience the full AlgoBox system in action. Be sure to subscribe and join our live sessions for ongoing strategy insights and real-time learning. See you in the next video soon.
Okay, so the chatter, well, the things that you need to learn from that, pretty easy play setup. You should be able to come with us tomorrow morning in our live streams. Remember, I'll be doing this tomorrow morning with you in a live stream each day during the market open, usually around 9 o'clock. Usually when I'm in there, I was a few minutes late there this morning, but usually around 9 a.m. Now, we may move that forward. I tend to find that the pre-market stuff is pretty slow. I mean, we can talk about things. I kind of get some feedback. People are like, hey, you know, can we do some pre-market? We could. I've kind of showed you guys that with AlgoBox, it makes me a little bit of a lazy trader. I can just come in here and go, let me just turn the video game on. It's going to do all the analysis for me. I don't really have to do any pre-market warm-up. I don't really have to look at things because it's kind of a cheat for the video game. That's the way that I kind of look at things. One of my other favorites that I think you should probably check out before tomorrow morning is this one's called the Moonshot. This is a version of the headshot where the normal headshot is going to be a FibElidot type of scenario. This is an Enigma event. Now, Enigma, it's enigmatic, it's proprietary. Can't tell you everything that's going inside of it, but I can tell you this, you're going to want to look into these, okay? There are literally multi-time frame scenarios, Z-axis level stuff. Now, people don't even talk about the Z-axis too much. The Z-axis is the one that, yeah, you might look at if you see volume, but we're going deep into the Z-axis. X and Y, that's time and price. The Z-axis is going into activity on the tape, the time and price, into the time and sales window area where we are looking to see what orders are passing through right now, but not just on your current instrument. If you are trading on the NERD, NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow, this is going to incorporate all four. The four. NASDAQ, ES, RTY, and the Dow. Extremely powerful plays. If you're looking in on those Enigma plays, Enigma by itself can be used. This one happens to be an Enigma plus a cross event, which is very, very powerful. We actually have a filter for this automatically if you are using if you get the Dream Pack, which this is limited seats. So make sure if you're getting this during the Black Friday, remember we only have limited seats on this per year. So if you're hooking that up, there's the Super AO, and right here is the Moonshot. Now, if you want to take only moonshots instead of just an Enigma by itself, you simply select this button. It's like an additional filter. The filter being that I will take the next Enigma if it also has a cross nearby, which the definition of that in code speak is within 10 or 15 bars of my Enigma. Do I also have a Flowmaster cross event? That is the definition of the moonshot for us. That is the Enigma plus that event, okay? And it could be a white cross, or in this case, a more powerful cross where we have an alpha omega cross of the color green or red. This one of my absolute favorites right there, because it's also on the side of the bear. I'm a big bear fan because, well, bears don't take the stairs, if you know what I mean. They like to move quickly. They say bulls take the stairs, bears jump out the windows. The movement on the short side is oftentimes more quick, it's faster, more aggressive. Now, in this bull market, you know, there have been super aggressive moves we've seen lately. If you haven't seen those, I mean, hang around the markets a little while and you'll probably see some. So that's one of my favorites right there. Pictures are worth 1,000 words. Again, we have a lot of these play setups where you might think, okay, there's a lot of other stuff going on here which can give you additional confluence for one of our plays. But we do have players who can open up just the, we've got a workspace called the Enigma Lite and the Enigma Standard, where there are just a few things laid out that just for Enigma players only, a little bit lighter on your PC, and you're like, you know what, I just want to see the Enigmas all by themselves. We do have play setups there for you, as well as the Lite workspace. And I won't belabor the point here to press you, watching this one. You guys could watch this one on your own. But again, another one of those where we have a video for each one. This one also has a cool short with it. Let's go ahead and show you guys what a short might look like. And by short, I don't mean a short play, but YouTube also has shorts, as we know, right? So let's go ahead and play this one because it's pretty fun.
What is a moonshot? It's a Flowmaster Enigma plus a Flowmaster Cross. How do you trade it? Red Enigma, Flowmaster Cross. Sell it. Stops above the Enigma. Simple. Algo box. Level up.
So we have a few of those, so I wanted to show you that. If you are new with us, we have those kind of things to kind of try to remind you, get you hyped up. Or if you are an affiliate with us, you can reuse any of our content if you are an affiliate. So all that is set to Creative Commons. If you would like to become part of our affiliate program and show people our work, we'd love to have you on there. And we do have a 25-25 program, which basically says we share in the profits of 25% commissions and $25 CPMs. So if you do have a YouTube channel, $25 CPM, go look into that. If you don't know what that means, well, affiliates would. So go check that out there. Supermoon, another one of my favorite plays, which is the Ready DD plus a moonshot, another one of these. I'm sorry, not a moonshot, but with the moon. So the Supermoon is the Enigma plus a Ready DD nearby. So you can see the Ready DD event that shows up. The DD stands for a double delta, not a delta shift. I was about to say shift. It does not have a double delta shift unless it's yellow, but a double delta event around an Enigma. Yes, please. That's these call bottoms often. They are a little bit more nerve-wracking, in my opinion, when the market is just coming down hard. Oftentimes you're hearing drilling. I'll be honest, some of these give me a little bit of heartburn on these, but you might want to drop a small contract size on these. I usually don't go big positions on these. I will start in with like a toe in the water or a quarter position size because the moves are so big on them, it's kind of worth the risk. Now, on any one of these, speaking of risk, our stop has two locations on this. You can either stop below the Ready DD or a stop below the Enigma. So your risk, if you are entering in right there on that pivot entry, you're probably getting in right about here. You're not going to ever, well, I mean, you could. But you're rarely going to enter in literally on the actual pivot itself. You're probably going to get, somewhere up here. So your risk scenario is this. And now we're holding up, depending on the bar size. Oftentimes right now, if you're seeing me on the live stream, I am on the AB4s. So on the AB4, I'm looking for target 1 for me. Target 1 equals 20 ticks. My target 2 equals 40 ticks. And then I'm looking for a runner to hold to the opposing signal. Now, we have a whole concept and a whole lot of teaching around hold to the OPP. Okay, hold to the opposite signal. So if I've got a green, I'm literally looking for a red event over here. Maybe it's a PRZ. Maybe it is a fib dot. But I will hold out until I see a red for the runner on those. Now, we also have a filtering system. Let's talk about that. If you are brand new with us and you're coming into the live stream tomorrow morning and you're like, hey, what's that thing over there? What is that direction bias filter? If you are on this window, so oftentimes we will switch between the kind of the competition window here, what I talk about. This is the direction filter is going to be up here, and to the left, as you can see, it says direction filter right up there. So this is our direction filter that will tell me if I want to hold on to, it automatically tells me if I am interested in a target 1, a target 2, and a runner scenario. For me, pretty simple. If I'm looking for a short, if I have a short play, well, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this long right here. So if we've got a long, let's do some green here. So in a long scenario, I think we all kind of know, do I really want to see red right here? No, right? Part of our simple 2-pillar filtering system, I want to match up the direction filter with my play if I'm going to hit T2. This is a T2 question. Now, if I have a perfect play set up like this, and it's against the favorable direction, can I go for T1? That's always my question. Can I hit T1? Can I grab a quick bag? Can I scalp it for a T1? For me, I say yes. So I will scalp it if I've got a great play. I'm feeling it. You know, like there is some discretion on, you know, sometimes the momentum is super fast. Like I said, this one gives me heartburn when the market comes down super fast. It depends on kind of that speed and aggression. I'm not a big fan of catching falling knives or the upside ones either, but I might go quarter position, right? And go, I'll give it a little shot here. And if it goes up 20 ticks, boom, close it out. And I'm good because I'm on red. However, if this is shifted green for me, and then I get one of these play setups, this happens a lot with RTY and the Dow, by the way, because NASDAQ is usually a first mover. NASDAQ, we all know if you've been, well, I don't say we all know, but if you've been around the markets for a period of time, you know NASDAQ, the one that I trade mostly, moves very fast, very quick, and is oftentimes a first mover. So oftentimes you do have to kind of, you are the knife catcher on these. However, if you're on RTY, well, RTY is usually like second or third in the move, okay? So what happens is we see NQ make the move, that ends up shifting the direction filter, kind of maybe moving it up into neutral. And if that thing goes green because, hey, the Dow and the NASDAQ and the ES happens to have been waving in that direction already, RTY is now green, boom. Now on RTY, I've got additional information because it usually is a little bit behind on it. And if that has shifted green, now on those plays, I personally think those become a little bit easier. And then I'll be holding all the way out to that T2 scenario there instead of a T1 if this filter is with me. Pretty simple. If you get it, type me a 1 if you're having fun, and you get it. 2 if you're new and we need a little bit more of a review on that, but that is a simple way that we do some of our filtering. That's filter number 1. Now, don't get overwhelmed. I'm going to give you one more filter. I actually want 2 filters with me. That's why I call it the 2-pillar filtering system. So I want this one and this one together. Hold with me. I'm going to show you. Okay, I'm going to zoom in here. This is called the filter plus the arrow. What color is the current arrow? Now, what we don't want to see is this. See all those arrows all clustering up right there? That's no fun. The good news is it's in the fiddle zone, and myself, and if you were coming from JJ's crew over there, Joseph James, a longtime friend of mine, and we kind of mentor each other back and forth. I think we both learned from each other. Great teacher, amazing teacher. So shout outs again to JJ, my bro over there. He likes to say, don't fiddle in the middle. My mom always told me don't fiddle in the middle, right? So I've adopted that. I've been saying that for forever myself. So don't fiddle in the middle. We don't want to fiddle in here. And we have a filter right here that gives you color. Now you can change this color anything you want. I've seen some of our traders have this kind of set to purple, pick your color. I have it in this kind of like, I mean, I say gold, but you know, it's kind of, I don't want to say the gross thing, but anyway, it's a weird, I don't want to mess in here. Okay. So leave the mess to the rest. And we want the color of the arrow to match the filter direction. Now, if you're wondering, well, what do I do when it's been back and forth and it's green and red? We went over this in Fridays. No, I don't think we did a Friday because we had Thanksgiving in there. Whatever the last 2 o'clock one that we did where we talked about the recency is key. Write this one down. This is for your homework, and you should be taking, if you're taking notes on this, remember this one. Recency is key. Now, that just means whatever is the most recent, that's what we want. So if we just had ourselves a red right after a green, so some people ask, whoops, wrong one. Oh, I always mess that up. There we go. Okay, so if we have a green followed by a red, very simple, recency and key. Recency is key tells me, like, well, which one do I take, Vinny? I had these two that were really close together. Literally, whichever one was last. This will be the key right there. So then it's red. In this case, we came in here to the most recent arrows. We see green, and then you have to look close, but there it is. The second one was red. So right now we have a red, and look over here on our direction filter. What does it say? We also have a red on the direction filter. So right now the answer is red. I'm looking for shorts. And I'm not talking about YouTube shorts. I'm looking for a bear short to go in the southern direction. Be looking for a red supermoon like this one right here. This one showed up, then I can hold this out for a target 1, a target 2, and potentially a runner. But for me, I'm always looking for target 1, target 2. Oftentimes I won't even take off a target 1. You'll see me in the live streams. I'll say, hey, I've got the filter with me. So I'm like, I'm going to try to get my full 40 ticks. I won't even close out on target 1. I'll literally hold all the way to target 2 because I've just found I can increase my PNL quite often with that. And again, my worst case scenario is comes back up my POE. I cut off half. I look to re-enter if I do get a Dr. Seuss entry. If you don't know about Dr. Seuss entries, that's okay. You're like, hey, what's that Dr. Seuss thing he talks about? Let's search for it. Here we go. Dr. Seuss entry technique. What was that Dr. Seuss entry technique Vinny was talking about? Right here. We'll get into it in the videos, but it's kind of a concept from the old Dr. Seuss books yourself here. Here is a nice little Giphy kind of walking you through like what that might look like in a in our Algo bar entries. So you're looking for a red to blue or a blue to red shift in color. Boom, sell market. So Dr. Seuss technique, if I'm adding to a position, you will see me call out, I'll say Seuss. You'll hear me say it in the live stream, and that means I'm adding to my position on a play. Okay. Now I've overwhelmed you with a whole lot of details and things. Let me break this down very simply. Let's go through the steps of how would I make a decision on a trade if I'm brand new with this and I'm like, okay, I just want to practice it tomorrow. Let me see, how am I going to get my feet wet on this? I'm going to follow along in the live stream. Most of the time during the live stream, I'm already kind of giving you a layup ahead of time going, well, what's our current filter direction? And now honestly, I'm just stating the obvious. You don't even need me if you are kind of following along with us. The system is literally me and Joseph James, quite frankly, probably programmed onto your PC with, it's like me and Joe pointing at the screen, being like, me and Joe, yeah, you know, click the button right here. Because Joe's going to be yelling at you, being like, hey, you know, our current bias is short because it tells me right here. The arrow, am I outside or inside the fiddle zone? You'll be like, hey, well, no, are we inside or are we outside the fiddle zone? Pretty easy. Right now, we've come back into the fiddle zone, but when we were outside the fiddle zone, what was the most recent arrow? That's also going with me to the short side. Cool. So be like, hey guys, we're looking for a short here, right? So now I'm just sitting here waiting around for a short, and then here comes AlgoBox giving you a pop quiz. What's in there? Can you see it? Out of the 2 plays that we've learned here already today, what is that short called that just showed up right there? See if you can type it there in the chat here. Let me check out our chat window, see how many people have been keeping up. What is that play entry called that we just went over there? If I'm going to hit that short, what do we got? It's a little tricky there because there is some extra oomph in that play right there. And for the advanced level players, they might know there's something else besides just the one we've gone over there today. Let me pop out the chat here so I can see it. The headshot DCR. That's right. I'm gonna bring the chat here on screen here with us because that's just fun too. Are you driving while we're talking? Awesome. Yeah, probably don't have a free hand. Please keep your hands on the wheel. Don't take your hands off the wheel for this. Yes. Headshot DCR. I'll give you one better. We've also got a Mega Late Nate right here. So if you have learned the Mega Late Nate, you know we have the Mega Late Nate and a power headshot short right there. Now, why is it power? Because we have the red cross there, but we also have a white cross. So you have a standard headshot right here, and you have a power headshot, and you have a Mega Late Nate. I'm going to press the button right there, okay? I don't know about you, but I am definitely pressing the button right there, especially since, you know, myself and JJ both yelling at you over there being like, hey, guys, you know, we currently have our current bias. Look at the direction filter. You know, there's the idiot light right there. Be like, hello, it's red. We're outside the fiddle zone. Are we outside the fiddle zone? Yep. What was the last arrow color? It was red. So let me get this straight. I got one red item. I got two. Do I have my two pillar system telling me that the bias is best to the short side? I do. So should I be taking that play? I mean, it's up to you. I can't tell you what to do. As you know, we are not financial advisors, okay? But I'm just telling you what I would be doing. Everything I tell here, everything I teach is, hey, this is what I would do. You can choose what you want to do, but if you're learning from me how I do things, you can choose for you if this is a play for you. My stop goes right above the cross, and I'm looking for a boss play. For me, on the fours, I'm looking for 40 ticks minimum. I won't say minimum, but for my target two, and I say minimum because I'm oftentimes going to hold out. If I've got those two things with me, I'm going to try to hold for a runner. Now, in this case, I got my 40 ticks. Now, a quarter position for me is 4 contracts for a quarter position. And that is generally for me, default button press number 1 for me. So let's do some quick math on it. If I've got 4 contracts times $5 per tick, and I'm grabbing 40 ticks, okay, there's the numbers. Okay, I can't do that kind of math, so I'm going to ask Alexa to do it for me. Alexa, what is 4 times 5 times 40? $800 for just a quarter position right there. $800 to target 2 on this play. So just pressing the button right there, $800 for a quarter position. Now, oftentimes, if I've got these two things with me, so my minimum is going to be 800. On some scenario like this, depending on where I'm at in my P&L, depending on how many trades in I am, I'm often going for a half position. So double that. That's 1,600. Okay. Now, if I'm going for a full position, now we're at $3,600, which puts me $400 away from my daily target. For me, I like to try to make 4K a day. 4K a day ends up being literally exactly 1 million per year. That's how I mentally calculate that game, is 4K a day is 1 million per year. I've got that printed up on my wall. I've got a vision boarding tool. I do recommend vision boards. They're very powerful mentally for you. 3,600 on a full position for me is 16 contracts. Very nice play setup. That is just to target number 2. So why I want to line one of these up, that's why I want to line it up. Make sense? Final thing is, but what if I hold to the opposing signal? So holding all the way to an opposing signal, which would be the first green that I see, is down here at 5.1. Now, up to you how much you hold. Oftentimes, I'm holding either a quarter position on that, or I'm holding 2 contracts runners. Just in general, you'll see me with multiple runners. Now, earlier today, I hit a huge play. Getting up to our 21,574 today, had a huge play at the end of the day. Go watch that one. Like 20 or 30 contract. No, I was holding 20 to continue the play. Huge move there at the end of the day. Go check that one out. You're not going to want to miss it. This one here, all the way to the 5.1, is 125 ticks. Now remember, target 2 earlier, the numbers that I was running was for the 40 tick play. 40,
on the GC 120.
120, it's like 3 times that. 3 times. Now, again, I'm not saying I'm going to hold a full position all the way out to a play like that, but the potential is huge. Do you see it? Okay. Now, those of you guys who are new, I know we got a lot of folks signing up during the Black Friday event. Check your email. In your email, you will receive an email that looks like this one, because you're like, well, how do I get started on this? Where do I go? Very simple. First, make sure you fill out the form so that we can get all of your access set up. Okay, so in your Discord, you probably want to see these over here. Okay, so let me scroll up here. You're looking for an email that looks like this. Now, if you got the Dream Pack, yours will say Dream Pack. And again, limited seats on that. So if you are going to get the Dream Pack, again, normally that is for Platinum members only. That has all the filters, the buttons where you can do it and you can interact with the ATM. Other strategies in NinjaTrader, any other system out there does not have the capacity to run this the way that we run it. We have implemented it so that you can interact with it on your chart. That's pretty rare. Now, that's not what makes this good. What makes this good are the internals of this, but the ability to interact with that is another one of those factors that I believe is something that you really want to be able to have, rather than having to go into the strategy window. If you've ever had to go into the strategy tab and, you know, add to a chart, and then at the same time, as soon as you click an ATM, it stops the strategy, all of those limitations that you have in running normal strategies, we have circumvented all of that and have it so that you can do it right there on your chart. So click that Get Connected button, and then that will take you to a form. Fill that out. That's it. Once you fill out that form, that will get the rest of your access all set up. And then if you have any issues getting your install, because at the bottom there is also a link directly to the training library there to get started on all that. As far as the installation and setup, that should be in the very first section at the top of the documentation up here. Or if you have problems, as I said earlier, just go to the tech support and our guys will get you all set up. Right, here's how to install. If you haven't done NinjaTrader, although most of you guys are probably already in NinjaTrader, this will walk you through everything from getting NinjaTrader set up. Now, some of you guys have Trader, honestly, some of you guys, most of you now probably are coming from a trader funding program, and you'll get your credentials from them and all that kind of stuff. In our next release, this will change a little bit. We've got some new stuff coming over here. This will have some blue and red. So these will change a little bit if you are coming and watching this later on. Some of the visuals on this will be different. Should be some kind of gray backgrounds with some blue and red. Also, you'll notice on my charts, we have this nice modernized gradient going on with the charts. That's a new thing coming out in the new version that's coming out here in December. So look forward to getting that. If you wondered, like, hey, I thought we were going to get that out last month. So here's what's been going on. I'll just kind of give an update on this. NinjaTrader, the newest version, I think is having some issues. I even heard Mike Schwartz there. He doesn't even have anything complicated with the stuff he's over there running with, was it Gex charts or Gecko Evergreen? I don't know. Lizards, something. Doesn't even have anything complicated, but he noticed, yeah, NinjaTrader is the most recent versions. I don't know what's going on with it, but it just feels slower. It feels sluggish. There's something going on. Feels like there's some efficiencies going on there. We may stick on the 8.1.31 for a while. I'm really trying to figure out with them to see if we can get it on the latest version, because, you know, nobody wants to have to be dealing with, you know, we all are like, well, shouldn't we be on the latest? And they always say the latest is the greatest, but sometimes it's not. Just, I mean, as a dev, dev to dev, I'm a quant, been around the spaces, you know how it is. Sometimes newer is not better. You know, it's like, oh, it's like, is version 1 better or is version 5 better, right? The 5th version of that, you know, they probably work the kinks out, you know what I'm saying? Like, get these things fixed in the later version, should be better. But sometimes you kind of, okay, you got to get version 5 and then 5.1. And 5.2 is really good. Make sense? Anyway, sorry, I'm going off my nerd tangents there. Installation and setup should be pretty easy. If you are hopping in with us tomorrow morning, what I would suggest, if you didn't buy with us, but you want to do your 2-week free trial, totally fine, awesome. You'll probably miss out on the Black Friday offer. It's okay. We'll have a Christmas offer that's almost as good as the Black Friday. And if there are still seats available on the Platinum dream panel, great. If not, it's okay. Maybe next year, if there are still seats available for next year, no problem. Click on the trade room if you want to hop into our Discord. Right over here, you can click the join Discord button there. I think one of these others also lets you go straight to the Discord there. And training. Yeah. So get through those videos on the left-hand side of Discord to get to the 100 videos. So if you are brand new, you should have received some link that looks like this one right here that takes you to the lesson library. So under the lesson library area, this will take you to a deeper dive area. As you scroll up to the top here, we will go through the core videos, starting with risk. We'll talk about edge, tactics, reality check, lesson 5 before you go live. Very important series of videos there on the core. Once you completed those, we go deep dive, strategy details. Here is the 100+ video list right there for you to get into, and we go into all of the fun stuff. Join us in the live stream tomorrow morning, and I will walk you through as I play with you. Now, hopefully you got a couple of those strategies. I always give you 3, so I've given you 2 strategies. Let's find one more so you're ready to go tomorrow morning. Let's go into the documentation area, and I'm going to scroll down to strategies. Remember, fundamentals first. We do cover all those in the 8-day boot camp. But let me give you one other strategy besides the 2 that we've already done here that you will be ready for tomorrow morning. Let's see. How about... Ooh, let's do the Titanic zone. Let's do a 100 tick play. How many of you guys would like to make 100 ticks tomorrow? Now, I can't guarantee you you're going to make 100 ticks tomorrow, but how about I show you a 100 tick trade opportunity? If you would be excited about a 100 tick opportunity play setup that's going to show up on your chart at some point tomorrow on either the 2s or the 3s, type me a 1 in the chat. If you're excited about 100 ticks, type me a 1. 2 if you're new. We're still going to review, but here we go. This is what I call the Titanic zone. What is the Titanic zone? This is what you're looking for tomorrow.
On the 36.
That's it. Take a screenshot. Got it? All you're looking for: 3 ready DDs semi-close to each other in an area of the same color. Now, you might say the reason we left this one here is because, like, well, what if there's a green one to the left? This literally, I'm telling you, don't care. What I care about is 1, 2, 3 semi-spaced out just like this. The spacing on this is also important. Okay.
Lower band.
Make sure you got some spacing, because this is how the algorithms play. And I'm not talking about ours. I'm talking about what I have decoded for you as a quant, knowing what goes on behind the scenes, knowing what these hedge funds and what they're looking for, how they act, how they exchange hands to each other, how they hand off when they make their runs. Big guys, we want to be with them, yes? These indicate ready DD setups, double delta shifts in a direction, ready to exchange of hands, and then even if they want to maintain control in a direction, they will oftentimes give up what I call the 100 ticker.
On the 36.
The 100 ticks to get people off sides, to help the push back up in the other direction, or the complete shift. Either way, this is almost like a, hey, I win if I do, I win if I don't. Heads I win, tails you lose. Think about what I just said right there. Heads I win, tails you lose. Think about it. Think about it. Yeah. Don't ever play with anybody who ever says that to you. Okay. All right. So the Titanic zone. Now, even better is a play setup on the 3rd layup, right? I mean, now this one by itself, let's say you didn't see this over to the left. What's this called here? We already went over it earlier. You should recognize that this is a super moon. Yes? Super moon. But you don't need to have a supermoon. Don't have to, but it's nice to have something in this area so that you can put a stop on it, because we don't want to necessarily put a, I don't want to have a stop all the way back here behind these ready DDs. These are oftentimes pretty tall here. I would rather have something a little bit closer. Now in this case, this one happens to land way up here at the top and you don't have really an option there. Your stop is going to go way up there behind the Enigma, which is behind the ready DD. But I want to look for a play setup after I have seen 1, 2, and 3. For me, I am now looking for a 2-pillar entry. What is a two-pillar entry? A structure plus an order flow event. What's our structures? Well, we've got multiples of these. You'll learn these as you go through our training program. We've got the harmonic PRZs. We've got the Fibelidots we talked about earlier for the structure. An order flow event is a cross. I want to see two of these in combo, like our headshot that we talked about earlier, maybe an Enigma. We could also do the Super AO, though. Several of these as an option. I want a structure and an order flow event. Now, mind you, I'm going to walk through these with you tomorrow morning in the live stream, so don't worry about it. If you're like, I don't know if I can do this, I'm going to be there every step of the way. That's the beautiful thing about being there in the morning with you guys. We're walking through. We'll do it together. Make sense? Or don't. Now remember, practice this in sim. Okay, do this in sim. Don't come over here and just like throwing your money at it live. Be like, okay, I'm going to hit the first one. Now, these are if you don't have color codings turned on. This is a scenario where some people want it to be neutral. They're just like, I just want to count the ready DDs. You can do this. I still recommend having the color codings turned on. Now, this is a setting for you. You can turn it on. You can turn it off. You can make them any color you want. I recommend sticking with ours until you are super comfortable with what you're doing. Okay. Several examples here without, and I think I don't have an example here. I have to update our screenshots there with an actual play with the, these are technically the layups there, but I would like to see some of these with the actual entries themselves. Here's a live stream example where we actually took those in real time. There's a nice little giveaway event on this one as well. Yeah, Titanic Zones. Again, I want to keep these a little bit short here in the afternoon sessions. I want to get you ready for tomorrow. Go practice what I just taught you. Go install it. Again, if you're doing a 2-week free trial with this, literally no strings attached, go install it. You can literally install it right now. Just go install it, run it, go test some of those. Go market replay. If you don't know how to do market replay, it's okay. Go up here, type market replay. How do I do that? Now, market replay is also synonymous with MT playback. So NinjaTrader used to call it market replay. I'm an old school. I've been doing this for literally like 15 years with these guys, so I still call it market replay. So if you hear me say it, forgive me. But now they call it playback. Okay, playback, same concept. Market replay. Go run it. Go play it for yourself. Go back test it on your own. See the play setups, and then I'll see you tomorrow morning, and you can see me do it right there in front of you with you. We have the ultra low latency turned on. It's a 1080p live stream, so you're going to see everything in real time. I will catch you guys tomorrow morning. Thanks for hanging out. If you got questions, pop them there in the Discord, and I will get them answered there for you. Thanks for hanging out. See ya. Art team. Show them how it's done.
Our daily live streams start with Mentorship Mondays, where we bring you algorithmic trading, interactive mentoring, and your questions are answered live. Get hands-on learning with these quant trading tools engineered to give you an unfair edge over other traders who don't have Algo box on their trade stations. Discover the power of predictive auto harmonics. Utilize trading robots to quantify and react even in fast market conditions. Learn all our quant trading strategies such as the DCDM, HMD, and the dynamic game-changing order flow system, the Alpha Omega. Empower your trading with Flowmaster's advanced real-time audio and visual order flow analysis features. Detect the market mover's trading activity and take action with cutting-edge tools like AudioBox for live digital pit noise that audibly reveals the size and speed of the big players on the tape in real time. Use the Delta Flagging Pro to ready up your next precision entry and the Supreme Flowmaster Enigma for unrivaled, actionable trade opportunities. Got questions? Get them answered live. Whether you're new to AlgoBox or an advanced trader, you'll gain valuable, unique takeaways in every live trading stream session. Dive into structured quant training. Access our free trade room and free community tools. Test your knowledge in the AlgoBox Academy with tests and quizzes. Add the AlgoBox Edge to your trading arsenal and harness the power of our algorithmic strategies. Your success is our mission. Subscribe now and make every Monday a game changer with Mentorship Mondays. See you on the stream. Download your 2-week free trial and use our community tools at algoboxpro.com.
The old adage where, the individual investor doesn't have a chance because the institutional investor has better technology, better information, and, more money and better opportunity, I don't think it's real anymore. I think the edge is on the individual investor because they're small, they're nimble, they can trade, they can use they have better front-end technology.
Don't waste your time. Leave the technical analysis to us. You just play the game.
the 2.
Forex is littered with crooks, black hat guys, all this kind of shifty characters and companies trying to extract money from your pocket and stick it into theirs. And one of the things that they do is operate these Forex signals.
NQ on the 36.
Hear the shadows follow me over the hills in the evergreen. Trade my soul for a chance to carry on.
Divergence down NQ on the 9.
Delta Weiland. Long. Look for a long. Harmonic pattern. Pick up. Left down. On freeze.
Into the wire.
Order filled. Target filled.
To the wire.
Audio Jungle.